Hi, welcome everyone to Azimuth Podcast. I am your host, Kimberly McNabb.
And I'm Barrett McNabb. Well, he's done it again. Oliver Anthony has broken the internet with a second viral song, I Want to Go Home. And this follows his viral hit, Richmond, North of Richmond. And it's the same style, it's an acoustic version, and it is absolutely just as soulful as his first hit that we've all been enjoying all over the world. And we're going to go ahead and play this song to you and give you our take and commentary on it as we go through.
Well, if it weren't for my old dogs and the good Lord, they'd have me strung up in the psych ward. 'Cause every day living in this new world is one too many days to me. Son, we're on the brink of the next world war, and I don't think nobody's praying no more. And I ain't saying I know it for sure. I'm just down on my knees begging the Lord to take me home.
Whoa.
Yeah. This is the second song in which he mentions a new world. And then, with all of its lack of morality and tensions. And then he goes on to mention how no one's praying anymore. There's a lack of religion. And I think he's attributing his ability to withstand it on his foundation, which is his belief in God and his dogs. Thank goodness for his Lord and his dogs. Those are his foundations. Yeah. And other people don't have good foundation, and that's what's led to the craziness that's going on in the world.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems as though he's one straw away from having his back broken, and the only thing that's keeping him sane is, again, just what you said, that bedrock with his foundation of Jesus Christ and God. And who can forget his dogs? His dogs are obviously a central part to his music, and they appear in his videos. And it's absolutely just amazing that, again, his words resonate, because we've all had difficulties in our life, and we all have been overwhelmed at periods of time. And what is it that gets you through? I mean, what is it that gets you through to the next day, to the next week, to the next year? And, as we are looking at his second verse of talking about the next world war, I mean, we have conflicts all over the place. We have an active war going on in Ukraine, between Ukraine and Russia. We have flashpoints with China and Taiwan. Just yesterday, two Chinese Coast Guard ships interdicted a Filipino Coast Guard ship as it was trying to do a resupply to one of their island outposts, and U.S. air support was flying reconnaissance overhead. We have an active coup and fighting in Africa. We have conflicts and fighting in South America. We have countries that have nuclear weapons, such as Russia and North Korea, doing their saber rattling and saying they're going to use them. I mean, that is enough to give anybody anxiety, because who knows what is going to happen. And I can see how world events can easily overwhelm somebody, and having your faith in Jesus Christ and God, and having animals be able to help you out, is obviously, it's a huge thing for him. So we're going to keep on going.
I want to go home. I don't know which road to go. It's been so long. I just know I didn't used to wake up feeling this way, cussing myself every damn day. There's always some kind of bill to pay. People just doing what the rich man say. I want to go home.
Now, you can't help. I mean, he's referencing the bills are overwhelming. Just like in his first song that resonated so deeply, the dollar's just not going as far. Um, we had a lot of comments in the first React video that we did, and a lot of parents with kids, commented they resonated with us, that they spent $200 a month for groceries, and now $200 lasts them a week. And it causes stress. It causes stress. I mean, when you wake up and you've paid a bill, and then you realize, well, most of that was just interest, and I got to pay the bill over again. It's really, really, really hard. And I can only imagine waking up and having a dark cloud over your head just from the very beginning of the day, as so many people do.
He also mentions not knowing which road to go on, and right before that says, "I want to go home." So that definitely sounds like there's a challenge to his mental health. And thank goodness, going back again to his foundation that's keeping him holding on and not taking an unfortunate self-destructive path, his foundation and his religion.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at doing what the rich men say, I think this is still a dig at the politicians in Washington
Yes.
that are passing laws and doing things that are possibly against his values, or possibly making life more difficult. And so this is still a dig at the rich men north of Richmond, with that line saying, people are just having to do what the rich people say. And it seems like the little guy doesn't have a voice in it. And so we're going to keep going.
Farming the ground, grandson sells it to a man out of town, and 2 weeks later the trees go down. Only got concrete growing around. I wanna go home, I wanna go home. I don't know which road to go, it's been so long. I just know I didn't used to wake up feeling this way, cussing myself every damn day. People have really gone and lost their way. They all just do what the TV say. I wanna go home. If it weren't for my old dogs and the good Lord, they'd have me strung up in the psych ward.
For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Mark 8, verse 36.
Wow. I mean, again, this has just been so soulful, but one of the things with this song coming out right now, when you look at the generations of farming, and then man from out of town comes and buys the land, and it gets chopped down and concrete poured all over it, I cannot imagine that this is not something that has to do with the recent fires in Maui. I mean, the fires weren't out. The smoke was still coming up off the remains of the houses. Not everybody has been found. There's still 8 to 1,000 people that are missing. Hopefully they find a lot of miraculous people alive. But almost immediately, the predatory land speculators and land developers came in and wanted to try and buy up real estate. And this is too similar or too convenient of a time for this lyric to come out and not to have those images of Maui and to have the real estate developers trying to buy up the land. I mean, it also goes to, small farms that are struggling and being consolidated into larger farms, industrial-sized farms, a lot of which are from overseas. Also selling land to China near military bases. I mean, there's this imagery could be attached to so many things, and it's just again he talks about the cussing himself every day, and he didn't used to feel this way. That this has been building, and I mean, what do you think about the line of doing what all the TV say, the people on TV say?
Well, that could mean a multitude of things. For instance, during the COVID lockdowns, people weren't sure what to do, and they just, we all just did what they said. It could mean culturally. Our parents may have raised us to have respect for them, but then we see it on TV. We don't have respect for anybody because that's the cool thing to do, or something we might not normally wear, something that minute. You see it on TV enough times, you want to do it. So it's a big influence morally and culturally.
Yeah, I agree. Some of it also is the political spectrum of having TV stations like MSNBC that are primarily for the far left side of things. You have the Young Turks, kind of the same thing, far left. Then you have on the far right, you have Newsmax, and some people would say Fox News. But if you are stovepiping your information and you're only listening to one side, then it makes it really difficult to not do what people say. I mean, because you're only getting it from one source.
Right.
And I think that one of the things that he wants to do is expand people's minds. A lot of the comments that we've received on our last video was that this song is for everybody. And it was not a left or a right song.
Because we all struggle.
Yeah. I mean, everybody, struggles. I mean, one of the biggest things that we have recognition for is mental health. And the fact that he's willing to put himself out there and put his soul out there and bear it for the world to see. Now, Kimberly, you mentioned that this verse that he closed it with is from the Bible, Mark 8, verse 36. Can you explain some of that?
So what difference does it make if you are rich, if you had to sell your soul to get it? And I think that verse was a dig where he references doing what the rich men say. They had to sell their soul to get it, and now they're telling people to do bad things.
Right. Well, I wish Oliver Anthony all the luck in the world. He is just a phenom, sensation, and I'll be honest, he's exactly who we need right now.
Exactly.
He's exactly who we need right now, and I wish him all the best, and keep doing music, and thank you so much for inspiring everyone and for being the voice of everyone. So until next time, thank you so much, and have a great day.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for listening. If you enjoy our show with all the stories we share, we would love your support.
And it's as easy as clicking that subscribe or follow button. This will ensure you never miss an episode and keeps us bringing you these important stories. Your support makes a huge difference. Thank you so much for being part of our podcast family.
Thanks, and keep tuning in.